Well, yet another movie gets into the eye of the storm, and this time around, it's an English movie which just got released called Oppenheimer. Now, there has been an objection which has been raised to it. The first one is that from this organization called Save Culture, Save India, and it's interesting, it's actually on behalf of Uday Mahurkar, who is a information commissioner in the government of India, which means that there are many who actually agree with him because I was looking at a social media timeline and many who agree with him that this particular scene that he's referring to is objectionable. So, what is that particular scene? In that movie, there is a scene in which a woman, just before sexual intercourse, makes the man read the Bhagavad Gita. The objection over here is, as we all know, for the Hindus, the Bhagavad Gita is the is very revered. It is something which is very dear and ingrained in as far as Hinduism and Hindutva is concerned. And this particular scene or an act is being seen as derogatory, insulting, and humiliating as far as the Hindu religion and our culture is concerned. And that's the point which is being raised by this foundation. In fact, that appeal has gone to INB Minister Anurag Thakur that some action needs to be taken. Question is also being raised that how is it went past the censor board. Now, just recently we saw another movie, Adi Purush, which also went in for a lot of controversy, so much so the writer had to delete some lines. Again, in this movie, it was believed that the movie was not actually in sync with the Hindu religion, Hindutva, Ramayana, and some of the dialogues were very derogatory in nature and demeaning, and those dialogues had to be removed. And ultimately, the writer had to apologize. This once again throws out the debate is that should cinemas be more in sync as far as Indian culture and belief is concerned? Now, remember, just recently, for example, the INB minister had given this advisory and guideline to the OTT platforms as well that you have to ensure that, as far as the Indian tradition, psyche, and sensitivity is concerned, all of that has to be factored in. Well, Oppenheimer is now in the eye of the storm, and this storm is likely to brew in the next couple of days. We'll have to see whether the filmmakers and the producers of this movie will now have to toe the line, and there is this huge demand that this scene must be deleted.